feel like Paul graded out and play on Saturday?
He did well. He did real well.
Do you see him rotating with Colton at left tackle some, or do you think he'll primarily still be at right?
I mean, it obviously depends on the game. I mean, we've got a lot of guys playing really good football in practice, and so I go in with a plan in mind in terms of Friday night. I kind of look down and see what type of rotation I want to do, and so the plan last week was third series to put Paul in there and then get some other guys in and then see how the flow of the game is going and what I feel is best for the situation.
Well, that was collectively the best effort of the season so far from you guys?
I don't know about that, but it was a good performance. It was a good performance. I mean, the Texas A&M game was pretty good too.
What have you seen from watching South Carolina's front seven, especially their defensive line?
They're very big. They got guys. They got 6'6", 320. They got 305. They got some guys that are agile and quick, and you got some guys that are on the edge that are long and backers that will run and hit you. So it's going to be a formidable front seven, and they do enough in terms of different schemes, in terms of playing an over front, an under front. They play odd. They'll get into jam, and they'll walk a down lineman back as a spinner guy and rush him from the back end. And so there's quite a bit that they do that we got to have a great week of preparation, have great communication. The game in Jerry's world, I mean, there's a lot of noise in there, but that's half our crowd and half Texas A&M. This is going to be a hostile environment, and so we got to be able to communicate on the road, whether that be verbally, non-verbally, hand signals, whatever it may be. But we got to be on the same page and ID what we're doing.
They mix it up quite a bit up front.
Yeah, they get into multiple fronts. They got some really big defensive tackles, heavy guys that have great length. I mean, they got a guy who's 6'6", 6'7", and 325 pounds, and he's long, and it's like they got some big dudes. They got some guys on the edge that have quickness. They're slippery. They get into multiple fronts. They can get themselves into over defense, under defense. They get into odd. They get into jam. They walk a defensive lineman into the back end at the linebacker level and blitz them from depth. So you got it poses a difficult challenge for us on the road, to where you're trying to communicate all those things, all those looks, footwork techniques. Fronts, all those mic IDs, everything you're doing on the road, and they're giving you a multitude of looks. So it's got to be a great week of preparation.
Hey, Paul Ramirez has gotten some pretty good awards the last couple games. What have you thought about him, and what did he do to earn those reps in games?
He's been consistent. He's very talented. He's been consistent. He can be physical. He can pass protect, and I like what he brings, because he's a very sharp kid, very smart. He has the ability to play both left tackle and right tackle, so it gives you diversity. When you need to give guys a rest and make a push for the fourth quarter, he can go in there. If he's playing very well, then you can leave him in there and feel good about the group that you have in. I think that what we've shown and what we've proven now is that we can play with as many as three different groups of offensive lines and move the ball and score. I mean, I think we had three different lineups in Texas A&M, and all three groups scored touchdowns on long drives. Played different groups in this last game, and are very efficient and marched down the field and scored and only punted once. So I mean, it's a confidence builder for them, and so it's a luxury, to be honest with you.